Clean energy is a reliable and affordable way to power our homes and businesses. Not only does it help reduce carbon pollution in the air, it's also a leading sector for job growth here in Michigan. A recent Climate Power report shows 24 different clean energy projects have created nearly 16,000 clean energy jobs across the state. Clean energy is a money saver as well. According to the latest utility performance report, Michigan residents have the highest energy costs in the Midwest, and passing clean energy legislation will lower energy costs. So for more insight behind clean energy and its impact on Michigan, we're joined by CEO of the Lee Group, Mark S. Lee. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Absolutely, thank you.
So let's take a look at clean energy. And if you were to tell people in Michigan what they need to know about clean energy, what are the most important things?
The most important thing about clean energy is eco-friendly, environmentally friendly at the end of the day. And so what it's going to do is it allows you to save energy. It allows you to protect the environment and focus on the cleanliness, if you will, the economy. So whereas a traditional economy where we're focused on manufacturing and you know, the pollution, this eliminates pollution. So the bottom line is truly clean energy and focus on keeping the environment clean.
That almost sounds too good to be true. So if you look at clean energy and the impact it will have on Michigan's future, is it basically that it's good for the environment and it creates jobs?
Yes, it's a combination of both. Now, let's look at the job creation, if you will. Right now, there are 120,000 available jobs in the state of Michigan in this sector, and we're looking at trying to create jobs, correct? And Michigan has traditionally been a manufacturing state, historically a manufacturing state. We produce automobiles. That's traditional manufacturing. That sector is declining in terms of the number of jobs out there. Clean energy is the wave of the future, and I tell you, from a job, from an economic standpoint, from creating jobs perspective, it is the wave of the future.
And is this just one of the waves that is kind of signaling a change in the economy of Michigan? Like you said, we used to be like the big three, and now we're so diversified. Is this just another part of it?
Absolutely. If we don't diversify, we will continue to be leapfrogged by our neighboring states and by other states. Michigan has to diversify. So clean energy is another way of diversifying. We've been hearing a lot about technology. We heard a lot about technology, you know, and so this is another way of leveraging technology to help us to leapfrog our neighboring states and stay ahead of the curve as well. But yes, diversification is key to our long-term success.
So give us a little idea. It's one thing to say clean energy will create jobs, but give us an idea how it will actually create jobs in Michigan. What areas are we looking at?
Yeah, primarily in the automotive industry. If you've been paying attention to the UAW situation,
sure
there's a lot of discussion about electric vehicles. So that's probably the number one opportunity area. Electric vehicles, i.e. focused on clean energy. You look at the other parts of the manufacturing sector as well. So I think the biggest opportunity comes with manufacturing, quite frankly.
So we always talk about attracting new talent to Michigan, as well as keeping, you know, the talented people here in Michigan. How does clean energy play a part in that? And is that why we want to become a leader in the industry?
Absolutely, because it requires a specific skill set. You look at the folks who worked in the traditional manufacturing sector, they've been older, they're more mature. A lot of them are now retiring. Now you're finding younger people coming out of colleges and universities are focused in this clean energy space. And so it allows us to attract a younger demographic to the state. There's a primary push to grow Michigan's population. And if you notice, that primary push is in this clean energy space. So a lot of young people want to work in this space. So there's an opportunity for us to attract and appeal to our neighboring states. Get people from Ohio, people from Wisconsin, people from Illinois to come to Michigan and focus on this space. It's a huge opportunity for us.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot about clean energy, but I don't think I realize how large a sector this has a potential to be. I mean, how big is the clean energy sector now, and where is the possibility of it going?
Yeah, it's huge. I don't have the specific numbers in front of me, but clearly this is probably the fastest growing space here in Michigan as well as across the country. And I would anticipate this growth to continue. I don't expect it to slow down anytime soon. Look, as a state, we need to jump on this clean energy bandwagon, for the lack of a better phrase. If we don't, Chris, I'm telling you, I think other states will certainly leapfrog us. Let's look at the state of Washington, right? Seattle, for example. They've been very strong in the technology sector. Look how they've attracted young people out there. So we got to continue to focus on clean energy. This is the wave of the future. We need to take advantage of it moving forward.
Entrepreneurial-wise, is this something that entrepreneurs can get into, or is this mainly a government sector?
No, this is something entrepreneurs should seriously consider. Because a lot of traditional businesses, air quotes, traditional businesses are still grappling and struggling with it. If you are a service industry, if you can figure out how to become an expert in this space, there's a huge opportunity for you to leverage it, grow, hire people, bring in talented people to help you take corporations, for lack of a better phrase, to the next level. So no, this is a huge space from an entrepreneurial standpoint as well.
Okay, we've talked about how it can attract people to the state. What about for the consumer now? I mean, does clean energy necessarily mean lower energy prices?
Yes. Yeah, because you hear a lot about solar prices, like solar panels. You hear a lot about solar right now. I know some of us are not too happy with our energy companies, for lack of a better phrase. But the point here, it can lower the prices, right? Clean energy does, in fact, lower the prices because you're talking about using solar panels, using the sun, using other clean energy, for lack of a better phrase, again, to help create that energy that we need to power our homes, power our cars and our smart cars and smart vehicles, hybrid technology. Right? We're getting some cars are going 30 to 40 miles to the gallon. So yes, this can in fact lower our prices.
So then how does the state take the next step in becoming a leader in the clean energy sector?
Yeah, the state needs to continue advancing. They really need to focus on legislation, get people involved, focus on making people aware, the general consumers. What exactly is clean energy? What are the benefits to me as a consumer? What's the benefit to me as a business? I think the opportunity right now is to get out and tell the story and talk about the economic benefits to the state, the residual benefits to the consumer. So bottom line is get out and start to tell the story and make people aware. Not many people are not aware of clean energy and its residual benefits at this point.
Now we'll have to see if the state can become a leader in clean energy. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Absolutely.
Always appreciate it.